Okay, let's see if this works. Hi, hello everyone, good morning. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. And my dogs, they love it when I say hi. I don't know, it must be high pitched. Anyway, I'm finding that the morning is a great time for me, especially with this Joy, because I'm kind of already in the kitchen, you know, feeding and watering and letting the dogs in and letting them out and getting everybody off to school and all of that. I'm finding the morning to be a really good time to use my Joy, and so I figured I would come this morning to show you some more of the card making, because everyone seems to really love the card making. So I figured, oh, why not? I'll show you what you want to know. And I was really happy to see that they've added even more projects to Design Space for the Joy. And here is the CardMat. I just cut out a card using the CardMat and one of the mini projects, and there will be somewhere between 50 and 100 projects in Design Space specifically and free specifically for the Joy, and a lot of them are going to be cards. I'm just kind of weeding it a little bit, but this is basically one of the many cards that you'll see. I mean, you have to weed it a little tiny bit more, but mostly it weeds itself because it's a card, and what happens is this particular mat, which is specially designed for the Cricut Joy, it's called a card mat. And so let me just clean it off first and I'll show you how it works. And I'm cleaning it off just with my scraper. This is the same scraper as you might already have. So I'm just cleaning it off like that, right? Those are just paper remnants. And note that this is a regular like stick mat. So eventually, it's going to lose its stick. These are not something that, they'll last forever and ever. So you have to replace them if you're going to do a lot of cards. But this is how they work. You take a pre-folded card, which can be your own card that you can make out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper by cutting it vertically like this, or you can buy them in packs. And here are some example of these packs. What you get in the pack is the pre-folded cards, inserts that would go, let me show you. Insert is just basically a cut piece of card that would go in the tabs right here. See? You put them in the tabs. And then you get the envelopes. So basically, a pack of cards, usually they're 12, but I've seen some that are 10. They're 12, you get 12 cards, 12 inserts, and 12 envelopes. And so for instance, like if you were doing invitations for a little girl's unicorn birthday party, or you were doing thank you cards, or whatever the case may be, buying a pack like this, it's all in one. It makes great sense. Now, if you already have card stock and you want to make your own cards, you can certainly do that. You will have to either buy or make envelopes, but you can certainly do that. All you have to do is take an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and cut it the long way. Let me just show you what it would kind of look like when you start like this, right? This is the same size as 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, which I buy mine at Michael's because they sell it usually like 50 sheets in a pack. And it's usually on sale, like $2 or $3. So anyway, you can just cut it in half and fold them, or you can buy the packs. So so what you do is you put the folded card, and by the way, this the Joy does not score, nor will it have the capacity to score. This is sort of out of the box, that's what you're going to get. So it has to be scored yourself, okay? And then you stick it on here. I want to point out too, on this mat, there's 3 different sizes of mats. So there is this 3.5 by 4.9 inches, and then there's 4.25 by 5.5. That's A2. That's usually the size card that I cut from, because I use my 8.5 by 11. But then there's also the bigger one, which is a 4.5 by 6.25, which technically is like an A7, which 5 by 7. I mean, just to round it off by 5 by 7. So anyway, I don't know if you can see my screen. I'm going to try to, I'm working with my laptop today. I wanted you to see how the laptop works. And what we would do, we'd have to connect the Joy. You have to connect the Joy to your laptop, and so it has to be connected through Bluetooth. I don't think I need to show you how to do that, but let me just go to my canvas here. Okay, so we want to go to projects, and here are all the projects. But if you wanted to see, I don't know what this banner is doing that. It's probably just because they're still on the test part, but when it goes live, they'll all be available. So I like to use my. All right, so when you go to free for Cricut Joy, you see here they've populated with a lot more, and they're going to continue to populate it with different cards. But I saw last night that they added, let's see, they added this really pretty Easter card. I think we'll do that one next. But they also added a Fiesta one. I love that one. And let's see, there's some with pen and stuff like that, but let's just do the Easter card because, well, it's one of the next things. So you pull it up, and you can see here on the project description that you do need a Cricut Joy insert card. Now, if you have, good morning everyone, if you have a Maker or an Explorer, these projects are not for them. They can be altered. The projects can be altered to make them work in the Maker. For sure, you can do that. And actually, yesterday I posted 2 links on my Facebook page, my Miss Rita to the Rescue Facebook page, and each link has about a dozen cards that are specifically designed for the Maker or the Explorer, and those are no glue, very similar to the tabbed cards, okay? So, but this is what it's telling you. You need the Cricut Joy CardMat, you need a scraper, and you need the insert card, so let's make it. I'm gonna move my laptop a little bit out of the way. So, okay, so I'm gonna continue and choose a material. And in this case, we're going to choose that insert cardstock, right? And now we are ready to put it into the Joy. It's that simple. So let's move this over so you can see how it works. So we're going to put the card into the Joy. I'm hoping that is in view. Let's see. In view? Yeah. Okay, you see that the machine blinks. Okay, but there are no buttons. So, you know, I know there's a habit if you are an existing Cricut user, you're used to the buttons and even some cases that dial. But in this machine, there are no buttons. Everything is controlled from your either computer or your device. And yes, you can use a desktop, you can use an iPhone or an Android, you can use an iPad, you can use all of those things. I'm just showing you on the laptop how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and hit go, and it will take, the Joy will take the mat and start cutting. Usually the Joy will like take the mat all the way in and kind of survey, does it have enough space? But because it knows it's the mat, it doesn't need to do that. So, and someone asked me the other day, is it faster than the Maker or the Explorer? I honestly think it's faster than the Maker. I think the Maker is one of those, it's like a power tool. It has so many, you know, bells and whistles that, oh, thank you, Maria. Hey, Bukia, hello. And Mayra, I hope I'm saying that right. And there's my friend Felicia. Hi, Felicia from Maryland. All my East Coast gals that are up. I guess on the West Coast, they're just not awake. So, anyway, so the Maker is kind of like a power tool. So it has all these adaptive tools. So you can perforate, you can do a wavy cut, you can do a, let's see, what else can you do? You can engrave with the Maker, you can do embossing, like a deboss, really, and scoring. It's all part of that adaptive tool system. But the Joy was made for a different market. It was made for those people that are not those advanced users like some of you are. Like some of you like to cut wood and cut thicker materials, fabric even, or let's see what else, wood, leather, that kind of thing. So I think that the Maker, the emphasis on the Maker is more about adaptability than speed. But in terms of how quickly, and I'm going to unload this now, right? And how quickly the Joy works, I think it works sort of on par with the Explorer Air, or maybe the Air 2, right? So, okay, so my card is done, all right? And I'm going to just simply peel off. I'll show you that. See that? Peel it off. And here, here's the card. Now there'll be a few little, you know, a few little like pieces that you have to weed out. That's okay. You know, just weed them out with your fingers. You don't need a special tool for that. And then you would take, isn't that cute? That's such a cute card. And then you would take the insert and just tuck it in the back, right? And like this, right? Now also, you could do the inside of this card. I demonstrated that the other day, and if that's something you want to see again, I'll do that on a different day. This would be great. Maria's saying she has the Air 2. She loves it, which I have both Air 2 and the Explorer. The regular Explorer, I have like 7 or 8 machines. So this one I think is the 8th machine. So anyway, so there's our, but yeah, the Joy is a great companion item. It's sort of like if you have an Easy Press, why do you need an Easy Press Mini? Well, you don't need it. But could it be a companion thing? Could it be something that's portable? Yes, absolutely. And the Easy Press Mini is strong enough to stand alone as a standalone product. But, you know, some things you might want to do with the Easy Press because it's bigger, and other things, you know, like for instance, with the Easy Press, you cannot, with the Mini, you cannot do the coasters because it doesn't get hot enough and big enough. So anyway, so, okay, so here is our Easter card. Let's just continue on. And make a few more. How about that while we're sitting here? Let's try some different maybe looking cards. I want to do one of those Fiesta cards. Let's see. Canvas. And I don't know why I keep getting that banner. I'll tell the Cricut folks. But anyway, so go to projects again, just to show you. You go to all categories and scroll down to free for the Cricut Joy. And these are all, as you notice, they have those A's next to them. That means that they're free in design space as well. And again, you can sort of, I want to do this Fiesta one. Fiesta Pinata. I hope I have the right color for it. I don't know. I could use this color, I think, with, how about blue? I know it's not really super festive. Well, I don't know, maybe red and blue. I don't have any other ones. Oh well. So we'll have to use the red and blue for the Fiesta one. And I'm gonna have a little crash up in here. Let's move those over. We're gonna do green, the green and blue, maybe that, okay. All right, so anyway, I'm taking from the card packs, but again, you know, you can make your own. You can make your own cards from that 8.5 by 11, and then the mat from my previous cut is got these little pieces of paper on them, so I'm just gonna shave them off. It's hard to do it to demonstrate because I'm used to working, you know, close to myself. So anyway, so there's the mat, and again, we're gonna take that pre-cut card and we're going to slip it underneath that sleeve. See, there's no stick on the inside. The only stick is on the outside. So that's what's so special about the mat. And I do know that people have been asking, can they make a mat like this for the maker? The feedback has been given. I don't know, you know, I'm not in charge of how they make new products, but it was a good, you know, piece of feedback, and so we have submitted it to the folks there. So anyway, but for right now, this card mat is only available for the Joy. Okay, so then I'm just going through the process of selecting the material. I'm going to choose insert card. That's what it's called, an insert card, right? And then I'm going to put the mat, again, I'm going to put the mat in there, put it underneath these rollers, and it will go through and go through the loading process. And then all I do, again, no buttons, all I do is hit go over here on my laptop, go. And it's just preparing, thinking, that sort of thing. And it's just going to cut that card for me, the Fiesta card. Now, one thing I should point out too is if you had to make, for instance, if you're having a Cinco de Mayo party and you wanted to make a dozen of these Fiesta cards, you can change. It's a little out of view. I don't know if you can see over here. On the, let me move it so you can see, but it says project copies. So you could change it to 12, and what it would do is it would put one card on each, and you would just kind of like an assembly process, just kind of keep putting the cards in, and maybe you might want to have 2 card mats for that matter. But so it can do multiples of a project. Also, leader today, I'm going to show you rolled flowers. You know, you guys love those rolled flowers. Most people really do love them, and I did do a tutorial on how to make them. Well, you can make those here with the Cricut Joy, and I want to show you how to do that, because my rolled flowers, I mean, they have to be within a certain width. The rolled flowers are like, I usually cut mine at like 3.5 inches. You could do up to 4.25 inches. Okay, so if you like to make rolled flowers, or you want to learn how to make rolled flowers, make sure you tune in later today. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, I also still need to show you iron-on, the smart iron-on. So I went to my collection of iron-on, and I got a bunch of iron-on. Remember, this is the smart product, which means no mat. You can put this in with your mat. Does that mean that you can't use your regular iron-on? No, it just means that when you use your regular iron-on, you need to use a mat. And the mats are available. You get one mat within the box. A regular like 6-inch mat. Oops. Oh, goodness. Okay, I hope that is still cutting right. It kind of lifted a little bit. Oh, right. That's just another another issue with the live. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, well, let's do this. It sort of lifted, so let's pause it and unload, and let's try it again, because yeah, that's it. It moved on my mat. Oh boy, that's never happened. So let's do it. Let's do another one. I'm going to do it just on the back of this one. And again, this is the issue with when you're using the mat. It's gonna lose its stick. I'm gonna try, and we talked about mats before, but you know, mats lose their stick because a lot of it you get like what do you call it, lint, like paper pulp lint on it. So I'm gonna really stick it down really good. Hopefully it will not shift on me this time. I was just chit-chatting and I wasn't even paying attention. So that's me. Sorry, I should be paying more attention as I chit-chat. All right, let's let it go. And I'm gonna keep an eye on it. So, yeah, I'm counting down the days too, Charlene, for everyone. I don't mean to tease you all. I just want to show you so you can decide yourself. You know, this machine was not, and all the machines are made for specific audiences. And this machine is made for a very specific audience, and that would be people who are more like dabblers, that they want to get into cricketing, but they're not hardcore cricketers. You know, like some of us are hardcore. Like you could spend an entire day in your craft room, that kind of thing. You're making huge structures, and Kia knows because I've made like big huge pumpkins that are 3D and buildings and what have you. I couldn't do that with the Joy. I just couldn't. But it wasn't made to do that. It was made to do things that are small or long, not that wide. And things like cards is perfect for that, but also, you know, infusible ink. And that includes the pens and the infusible ink transfer sheets, the smart vinyl. I'm going to show you ahead going forward. I have a really long cut to do with the smart vinyl. I found a bunch of images there that you can do the smart vinyl with, and it was really like kind of fun. Actually, let me grab this. So this is the smart vinyl. See, this is the 10-foot roll, so 10 feet times 12 is 120 inches. Now, smart vinyl means that what? It means that no mat is required. So, I was thinking with the smart vinyl, like, you know, what uses you would have. I think it would be great for if you were making like signs for an event or something like that. But then I was thinking, you know, remember like, what do you call them? Borders on top of your room. A lot of times now we don't use wallpaper anymore, right? Most people are painting their rooms, and I thought these would be fun to make a border. And so I did find some long cuts, and I'm going to show you how to cut out a bunch of clouds and I'm going to cut it in white. I think that would be a lot of fun. But so let's see. So how does pause work on the Joy? It unloads it. Okay, so to pause it, everything is done on your laptop or your device. Nothing is paused here. No buttons to push, so nothing pauses here. And I don't know about you. I use the pause button a lot more than I care to admit because, you know, I put the wrong color in. I work with tons and tons of mats. So my projects are really, really big. So sometimes I have to just hit pause, or I haven't got the paper positioned right. So pause is over here, down. I don't know if you can see that. That's pause. So if I hit pause, which I did just a few minutes ago, it would stop it. And then I could choose to continue or unload. You just don't do it on the machine. It's the same process, just on your laptop and not on your machine. Does that help, Maria? Does that help you? Okay, so then when the cut is done, you don't unload it from here. You're going to go here and you're going to unload. And it pushes it out. And there is our completed card. Let's pull it off so you can see. And yeah, you know, you got little paper cuts here, but you have to just kind of pull those out. But here's our little Fiesta Pinata. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, so you guys would probably, you know, you'd be more careful than I. I'm not going to, well, I can maybe do them all. Let me do them all. Okay. Almost all. Fiesta, pinata. So listen, if you have a party coming up, this is perfect for parties. What about weddings? You could do the inside. You could do like an invitation. Maybe you have like a lacy wedding invitation you want to do. You can cut those on, even you can cut them on your Explore Air 2, and then you can do the inserts with the pen if you wanted to. You couldn't do print then cut with the Joy. There's no connection to, there's no connection at all aside from the power cord. So like for instance, when I use print then cut, I do connect to my computer with my printer. I don't use Bluetooth, but it doesn't have a sensor. That's the other thing. It doesn't have a sensor. And if you have an other machine, you know what I mean by a sensor. That's that thing when you put it in, it kind of like is a light, and it like senses that box around there. So it can't do print then cut, but it can do all kinds of vinyl, all kinds of paper. It can do faux leather. It can do, I found out yesterday, it can do that acetate. It can do window cling. It can do all the different vinyls that we have done in the past, including the textured, the holographic, the textured, the like, not just the like filigree looking texture, but the ones that have like the honeycomb and stuff like that, all the colors, and I don't know what else there are. There's a whole bunch of different, oh, true brushed. That's that one that looks like, you know, like a stainless steel, but in cousin color. So, okay, so there is, on the air, if you pause and unload, it's impossible to realign and start off where you left. Yeah, I think that has to do with the unload feature, and I don't think that has been addressed at all with any of the machines. I think because the way that it goes in, I mean, you can try, oops, it took it in. I don't want it to. I wanted to unload. Let's see, unload. I'm going to go over here. But yeah, if you take it out, if you pause it, take it out, and put it back in again, I think the assumption is that you're going to put a new whatever on the mat. So it's not going to be able to pause, cut half of it, pause, take it out, put it back in to adjust, and then have it cut all the way. I don't think the machines will ever be able to do that. Okay, Maria? Okay, so this is the Cricut Joy, and let me just give you a few details about it. The card's just one of the many things that the Cricut Joy does. It's a 3.5 pound machine, very small. It has no buttons on it. It only has the power cord, which you put into a regular, wall socket. And it's connected to your device through Bluetooth, okay? And you can use all kinds of devices. You can use iPhone, Android, laptop, iPad, or your desktop. So, in desktop meaning Macintosh, or a Windows-based computer too. So that's how it works, and it's going to be released to the general public on March 1st, which couldn't get here soon enough. Everybody wants one. Well, not everybody wants one. It's the kind of thing where you have to decide for yourself if this is the kind of machine for you. The retail price is $179, which some people have said, I could get an Explore Air 2 for just a few bucks more. And that is true. Yes, you can. But it's a different kind of person that they are gearing it towards. So this is for the people that they don't want to be hardcore Cricut crafters. They just kind of want to, I want to make a sticker. I want to make a decal for my car. I want to make, a few invitations or what have you. And that's what this machine is geared towards. Will they continue to have the Maker and the Explorer and the Explorer Air 2 and Design Space? Yes, absolutely. This does not replace any machine. Okay, it's a companion for some, and it's an additional machine so that they can reach a different market. And don't we all know those people that stand at Michael's and they're looking at the machine and they're kind of overwhelmed? I know I've helped those people myself. They're looking at it like, oh, wow, this looks like a lot, and those kinds of people that they kind of want to do it, but they don't want to, like, I have to get this, a lot. And granted, the first time I opened my Cricut Explorer and Design Space, which was back in 2014, I was lost because up until then I used the Cricut, what was it called? CCR, Cricut Craft Room. And I was really lost. And a friend of mine who lives in Vermont, and she used to do all these classes, her name is Kara, she guided me through my first project. And then after that, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. But it just took some navigation and the help of somebody. And I think a lot of people, when they buy these machines, think, oh, look at all the stuff I can do, but they don't know how to do it. And that's why they come to people like me, or other people. They go to YouTube, they watch videos, because it can be a little overwhelming. And I think that that's what the goal was for the Joy, is to take away all that intimidation, that feeling of overwhelmness, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's my thought process. Yeah, you could get an Explorer Air 2 for a few bucks more, or you could get a Maker for quite a few bucks more. And can it do a lot more? Yeah, it can. But this is not meant to replace, it's not meant to replace your existing machine if you are a hardcore Cricut user. And they do not want to, like sort of isolate or, make people that are hardcore users feel out, left out. They are going to continue to build on the Maker. They're going to continue to make the Design Space software better and faster and all of that stuff. They'll still continue to add projects and images to the Cricut Access. This is a companion product for people like us, the hardcore people like us. Okay, so let's see. That's all for today. I am going to come back. Got a busy day today. My son is home from vacation, and we've got a couple of appointments we got to run to. And so anyway, but I'm going to come back and show you those long lengths. And then I also still have to show you the iron-on, and I'm going to show you these rolled flowers. Let me pull that up. Have you guys done the rolled flowers yet? Do you like the rolled flowers? They're really fun. They cut out in like a roll. It's taking a while to pull up, but they cut out in a roll, and then let me get this. And then you take like a quilling tool or tweezers, and you roll them up and make like a flower. And I'm going to show you how to do that on the Joy later on today. Okay, I think that's it for today, unless somebody has other questions. But thank you so much for coming today. My name is Rita, and this is my channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. I really appreciate you tuning in and watching. Thank you so much. If you're not already following me, I'd love it if you could on Facebook and on YouTube, or tell a friend or share it or whatever if you know somebody that's interested. And it just helps me, but it also makes me feel good about what I'm doing, because this is, I don't get paid to demonstrate. It's just a way for me to be part of the Cricut community. So I usually get paid indirectly and that's usually through affiliate sales. So right now I can't sell any of these machines, so I'm not getting paid to do these videos, which is okay. I'm okay with that because I know that I'm helping the community. So, all right. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great day. Thank you, Eva. Enjoy your day. Everybody have a great day, and we'll see you a little bit later.